Surprisingly, all these things were written more than 1000 years ago. History of Kashmir Shaivism goes back to 2000 years, more than 2000 years, and its roots are more than 10,000 years old. But the works of Abhinavagupta and his successors have a major impact on the entire spiritual scene. So there are 4 levels of speech. One is Vaikhari speech, Vaikhari Vani. Second is Madhyama speech. Third is Pashyanti speech, and fourth is Para speech. Vaikhari speech is the most gross. Vaikhari speech means our regular day-to-day speech. It is gross and hence it is least powerful. You see, majority of the world population today, they are on Vaikhari speech level. We want to sharpen our communication skills. We want to have a better word power. We want to impress others. We want to give good impressions to others. For that, we use the words which we feel will make a good impression on others. So it's a very gross level of communication. It is speak first, think later. That is Vaikhari Vani. Now, the second level of speech is Madhyama. Madhyama is when your speech is at subtle level. It is not expressed into form of the words and not uttered physically, but it is inside your mind. When you are thinking about anything, that is Madhyama Vani. When you are thinking about speaking of something, that is Madhyama Vani. So, you see, in modern day, we are always daydreaming. The crazy talk in the head is Madhyama Vani. You are always thinking about something. You are your personal monologue. So this monologuing is actually Madhyama Vani. It is not actually expressed physically in form of words or sound, but it already has taken a shape of words, but sound is not there. So that is Madhyama speech. You see people thinking a lot. So this is the second level, and the world is at this level. You are forming the world inside you through Madhyama speech. More subtle speech is Pashyanti speech. What is Pashyanti? Pashyanti is borderline between the consciousness and the world. Pashyanti is at idea stage. For example, whenever you see something, a lot of associations happen immediately. If I say this is a handkerchief or this is a shirt, actually this is not a shirt, this is a piece of cotton. But the piece of cotton is hidden inside the shirt. Similarly, Pashyanti is hidden inside Vaikhari Vani and Madhyama Vani. But Vaikhari and Madhyama they all arise from Pashyanti. So name and form. Form is Vaikhari, name is Madhyama, and before name and form, there is Pashyanti. Pashyanti is when you have an idea inside, but that is not expressed in form of a thought. But still there is something. It is some kind of tendency. Like many people who leave their bodies, the tendency still remains in their subtle body. So this subtle body has Pashyanti. It is the borderline of consciousness and individual body-mind structure. So our first work should be step back from Madhyama Vani to Pashyanti Vani. How we will do this? It's very easy. Whenever a thought comes to your mind, just try to analyze where is the root of this thought? What is the source of this thought? For example, a thought of listening to this video, or if you are listening to this video, something comes to your mind, because nowadays we are living in technology and we are so much disturbed by these technological hindrances: Facebook message, email, WhatsApp message, text message. So you see, whenever a thought appears, the thought is Madhyama, but before the thought is born, there is unexpressed idea. That is Pashyanti. For example, if I say a word mother, before saying mother and before having idea of a mother, there was a certain tendency. Whenever I utter this word mother, some picture comes to your mind. But if I say this word to a tribal person who has not heard of this word before, and I say mother, it is a mere word to him. It will not create or generate any kind of image or idea. So, the word mother has its power not in the word but in the idea, the image. So that image level is Pashyanti. Before the idea is expressed into a thought. So Pashyanti stage is, how to go from Madhyama to Pashyanti stage is simply by seeing the thought, by observing the thought. How you will observe the thought? You are sitting here and some thought comes. So just see it like clouds in the sky. You are the sky and a cloud comes, appears. But when the cloud appears, it does not affect you. And you as an observer, you are watching the cloud. The sky is watching the cloud. Where the watching is happening? Inside you, inside the sky. The cloud is inside the sky. Now it's up to the sky, or it's up to you whether you want to give your attention to this cloud or not, to this thought or not.